recenter myself a little bit. What's up, guys? So welcome to Monday's Astrology Motivation video. Over here on Astrology Motivation, the goal is always to figure out how to improve life, make life better, starting from the real, sort of the depths of our soul, from the inside out. Yeah, sometimes it's cheerleading. Sometimes it's just, how do I pick you up today, and make you feel a little bit more encouraged about yourself. And other times it's actual strategies of how to rearrange your thought processes and your behavior and even sometimes take responsibility for your own behavior. Basically, it's a little chit chat here. It has different themes every week. This week I chose how to start today, how to take what you have today. What's up, Michelle? What's up? Oh, I love that you're in Africa. I love that hello. Hi to South Africa. Hello, Buzzy. No, Mommy's not with the ball right now. No, that Mommy not with the ball. Mommy not with that ball. No. Yeah, that's my dog Kisses. She'll be interrupting often. Well, basically, the way that I got the motivation for today's astrology motivation was simply the weekly astrology forecast. I hope that you guys got. What's up, Jackie? I hope that you guys got to see it. This week is it's a heavy week. It's a wah wah kind of energy. It's in a lot of ways, it's a let's get lost in the dream world kind of way. And if you feel that the dreams are starting to fog or cloud your thoughts, let's put it this way. Maybe they're not there to cloud your thoughts. Maybe they're there to clarify your purpose, because dreams are where we conceive ourselves. And it is the self-conception, the creation of who you want to be, that is important and coming into being this week. Not who you were born, but who you really desire to be. And that's the clarity that you're going to get from the energy this week, even though it feels like in a lot of ways we're lost, or dreams are clouding our space. There's actually going to be a lot of clarity coming through that dream realm. So if we make it like the skies, right? There's opposition between Neptune and Mercury. If we make it in the sky, like the skies, and see this opposing energy as something that is just going to ruin us, well, then we're not using the energy correctly, because what dreams really can do is clarify your logic. And they do that by telling you where your heart is, right? I read a meme recently, and that meme was simply this. Look and see where your mind wanders, and you'll know where your heart is. And it's finding our heart that we really get to do this week and in this energy. So what can we do today to make tomorrow better using the energy of this week? Like I said, thank you. Like I said, it's not the most easy energy to work within, but I'm going to share with you a couple of strategies that I can think of, and of course we can open the lines of discussion, but a couple of strategies for how you can start right here, right now, using any kind of brain fog, because it's really not like it's really not like you're stuck in a rut, right? It's more you're stuck in a fog because you keep getting distracted by all these other possibilities, and those possibilities can be one of two things. They can be distractions or they can be motivations. So I'm going to teach you here how to use them as motivations to help you refocus your energy. Hi, James. Nice to see you on today. So when you daydream, or when you find yourself drifting off into daydreams, okay, 444, I love you, angels. First, let's start with the basics, right? Centering and grounding ourselves in our own gratitude. And how we do that is we say 5 things that we're grateful for. Thank you, God, I'm so grateful that I woke up this morning. Thank you, God. I am so grateful that I have electricity to read my book by at night. Thank you, God. I am so grateful for my dog. Thank you, God. I am so grateful for my son and his life and his growth. Thank you, God. I am so grateful for the food in my refrigerator. Thank you, God. I am so grateful for my friends and the smiles that they put on my face. Thank you, God. I'm so grateful for the fun that I had Friday night. You see, really interesting how when I start and my goal is 5, gratitude starts to flow. And once gratitude starts to flow, it kicks up your spirit. It brings it up, right? And in doing so, I couldn't stop at 5. I just kept going. So stop and sit in gratitude and say it out loud. Use the vibration of your voice to start to change the vibration of your person so that you can get into this vibration of gratitude and start the shift to focus to the positive and not the negative, not the subtractive, but the additive, right? The progressive. So after we've done that, which is really simple, some other things that we can do, some people like to get into exercise. They like to get into, they like to get into like exercise. They like to get into doing stuff. They like to get into their physical body to start changing their kind of energy levels and shift a lot of energy into the physical space so that you can take it out of your brain. In other words, for some people, it's easier to get out of their brain by getting into their body. So you can take 5 minutes, jumping jacks, squats, sit-ups, push-ups, just 5 minutes. Not only will it actually help you physically feel better, but it'll help you get out of that foggy brain and force you through that physical challenge to focus on what's in front of you right now. So those 2 things are strategies that I find to be extremely effective at carrying us out of this kind of crazy space of foggy brain. But what I want to do specifically today is teach you how to use the foggy brain to actually clarify your heart space, because the foggy brain is that dream realm. And especially with Neptune in retrograde, the dream realm is kind of expose. It's on exposure. It's on display. The inner workings are going on. And so this is a really good time to be able to analyze your daydreams and analyze that fog and see exactly what's making it tick, what's making it exist, and how to make it work for you. So let's get into it. When you are in a daydream fog state and you can't help but constantly fade away or lose your focus into daydreams, what you're going to start doing with the daydreams is you're going to start speaking out loud to them. You're going to start I know it sounds crazy. You're going to start interacting out loud to them. Not like you would to hallucinations, but allowing yourself to laugh out loud, allowing yourself to say no out loud, allowing yourself to say that doesn't make much sense out loud. If you want to go a step further, what you can do is take your daydream journal, take a piece of paper. It doesn't even have to be something that you save right now. It's just now you can take it and start to write. Start to write about not what play-by-play what the daydreams are, but who the daydreams are about and what the daydreams are about. And I swear to God, almost immediately you'll start to see where your heart is focused. And there's a celebration of that. You get 2 things from these daydreams of where your heart is focused, and you'll know what your life purpose is, even if it's another human being. It's not about a specific person. It's about being in love. So write that on the piece of paper. Being in love, in love, in love, marriage, wedding, in love. And what you're going to do is you're going to take that topic and you're going to Google it. Because you see, we already have a fantastic mathematical representation of this neural network in our brains, and that is the internet. So you're going to Google wedding, you're going to Google in love, you're going to Google, and you're going to start to get images that come up. wedding especially, there'll be so many different images. And what you're going to do is you're going to start printing out or Pinteresting your favorite dresses. But not only are you going to start Pinteresting them, you're going to start sketching them. You're going to take your hand, you're going to take a pencil, and you're going to look at an image, and you're actually going to start to draw it. Even if you suck at drawing, maybe you can just get some flowers down or get some basic shapes down. And then you're going to start drawing different things around it. And you're going to allow you to physically engage in the creativity of your brain, of where your brain is taking you. You're going to allow your hand to follow. Like I said, it doesn't matter what the drawing looks like. What it matters is that you continuously do it. And once you feel you've gotten the sketch down, you're going to go get your kids' crayons. You're going to go get some colored pencils. You're going to get some colored markers, and you're going to start filling in different colors around the edges. And you're going to start working now in color now. Once again, it doesn't have to be professional. It doesn't even have to be good. What it has to be is you taking what's inside your brain and putting it down on a piece of paper. For some of you, especially Geminis and Virgos, drawing may not be the solution. The solution may be words. You may be starting to find poetic representation to describe this fog, or describe the images that you see, or describe what love means to you. And you're going to start writing that down, and you're not going to worry about prose. You're not going to worry about rhythm. You're just going to worry about words that you associate with the feelings you get when you are interacting in this daydream. And you're going to start writing those words down. And then once you've written those words down, you're going to try, this is your challenge, to put them into some sort of order just being a sentence, right? A sentence. And then you can get more advanced and put it into a pattern, a rhythm, a rhyme. So what you're doing is you're taking your dream space. In other words, don't fight off the daydreams so quickly. Don't cast them aside as a distraction, because they're not trying to be a distraction. They're there to try to help your brain heal from probably boredom or sadness or depression that it's falling into, because what it does every day no longer excites it. Your mind goes into the creative realms. It goes into the dream realm to help pick you up, not to help get you lost. And so in a way, the dream realm is actually a way to be found, as long as you can consciously interact with it. So to consciously interact with it, there's a lot of different ways. You could start humming a hymn. And if you start humming a hymn, like different notes, you can go over to a piano that you have at home. You can go over to a guitar that you have at home. You can go over to just a drum or a kitchen table that you have at home, and start beating out what you feel, what you hear, what the pulse that is starting to present itself to you through. In other words, you're going to take whatever this sensory, whatever sensory implications that you are experiencing in the dreams. Okay, whatever the sensory inputs that sensory inputs, whatever the sensory implied senses that you're interacting with in the dreams, you're going to take that and tangibly recreate that, imperfectly, of course, outside of the dream. Why? Because now you're connecting what you can physically do to what you can dream state see. And now there is a sense of a bridge of practicality with possibility. And once you start working in that space, you become a creative human. And what creative humans do is they bring what once was concept or dream, they bring it into reality. So what you're actually doing is you're building your faith in your own creativity. You're building your skill set to take what you experience in your daydreams into the tangible world, whether that's drawing, whether that's music, whether that's writing, whatever it is, you're taking it and you're using it as fuel. Like here we are, we think we're running on empty. Here we are, we think we don't have anything. And then we have dreams. Well, what's dreams? They're not tangible. You can't do anything with them. You can do so much with them. And let yourself get lost to the point where you are trusting that fog state, where you're trusting what you see in it so much that you can actually take it and start making tangible representations of it. And what I'm saying to you is, when you get stuck in that fog state, don't use it as a distraction or think of it as a failure. Think of it as a reset and a restart, and kind of like a birth period, or not birth, a conception period. What you're doing right now, or what your mind is asking you to do, is start to conceive of newness, because it's cluing you in that what you have is not working. It's not working, because let's face it, if you were contented with what you have, you would not have to get lost in this dream space that's helping you create something new, right? The fact that you're naturally escaping into that place where you want to find something new. I want to find something new. That's one of the, what if I keep daydreaming about being with a specific person who happens to be ghosting me? Okay. Then you're daydreaming about love. I actually talked about that just a couple minutes ago. It has not been working. I don't know what hasn't been working, sweetheart. I didn't see the first thing of your comments. So if you're daydreaming about a specific person, it's not about the person. It's how you think a person makes you feel. If somebody's ghosting you, they're not real. They're not in your real life. They're just fantasy. Somebody who's ghosted you has 100% disrespected you. They've disregarded you as something that does something in their life that doesn't even deserve a goodbye. So there's no way they could have any real value to you, but clearly they still have some fantasy value to you. So what is it that you feel when you think of them? What do they give you? Do they give you validation for who you are? Do they give you love? So those are the two things you need. I need validation and I need love. I need to be seen. I need to be noticed. I need to be recognized. I need somebody to feel like I'm special. And the answer to that is always, well, I have to feel special to myself first. 100%. So what you would Google is how to build self-esteem, how to do things that make me feel good about who I am without the validation of others. And this is actually the perfect week to start working on things like that. And one of the perfect ways to start is to start naming things you have in your life. Because right now, if you're focused on somebody ghosting you, you're focused on what you don't have. Right? What you don't have and what you want. What you want to focus on is what you do have. And that's where the say 5 things I'm grateful for, and focus on what I do have, and focus on these daydreams of this person, not as about this person, but as about me. Daydreams are always about you. They're not about the person that you're daydreaming about. That person that you're daydreaming about is simply a figment of your imagination, and your imagination is trying to